2 seconds left. It's going to come down.
Favor making a third as he looks up. Making a finds the draw three. Stunning here from.
What?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third game out of 4 for our SCS Open Qualifier number 1, day 1. Of course, if you are unaware of the format, it is Swiss BO1, so teams of the same or similar record will be going head-to-head. And of course, CJ, now we have quite the star-studded match. We have Team Mystic up against Arial Rise Academy.
That's right. We have... This statement doesn't have the oomph that it should have. Gunner versus his former team. Now, see, Gunner's been on a gaggle of teams. Okay, he's been around the block. He's been around like, never mind. It's not family safe, but he's been around, right?
I know exactly what you were gonna say too.
Gunner's been around, right? Gunner, more notably, he won, some championships under that Arial Rise banner. One that you are very familiar with. Both of us are very close to our hearts.
CCS
and
RSA.
And RSA. And I'm not exactly sure why or how or what happened when he left this team. But he went on to win championships with a bunch of other teams, one of which included Mystic previously. I think he took a break from Mystic, came back.
Completely different Mystic.
It's just like, I don't know, he's been on, I don't know the history. Don't ask me about that. Crow, you'd probably know 10 times more. But Gunner's the star in this matchup. But of course, there's no shortage. We've got Uzi, some of y'all's favorite streamer. We've got Sweater for Mystic as well. And Doc, who was on Chess Club previously. Doc's actually the reigning NSG champion, I guess. Just this is
Chess Club, was that the last one that we had?
I'm pretty sure, man. That was like September.
Tones was also, Tones had also won one, I think.
I think they won the monthly before that.
Gunners won multiple leagues. Arial Rise, though, Louise, Maniac, Rice, Drift, and Uzi.
Drift. That's a new
Who's
one.
Drift? I don't know who Drift is.
Is this like one of those rebrands like Clorox to Kento? Or is this guy just Drift? I mean, okay, Drift.
Wait, Ferme, what? Kid Drift?
Kid Rift.
Are you sure it's not
Rift.
Kid Rift?
Rift. Not Drift.
That's probably Rift. That's probably Colin.
That makes sense. Rift. Honestly,
Opposite.
Drift is a better name. He should go by Drift. That's kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know.
I'm too attached to the Rift.
I don't know
I've
who
known
Rift.
for a while.
I know Rift too, right? But Drift?
There we go.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, okay, Drift. Yeah, like I said, we talked about the others. Star-studded lineup. Trust me, if you like QE leaning and flicky, this is the game for you. And we're going to Clubhouse again. I mean, maybe if you missed last game or the game before that, woo! We'll watch it again because this is going to play out a lot differently. That's why we play the game, buddy. We play the game.
It is. It is indeed. Accurate statement. So we're going back to Clubhouse. And while Chair versus 99 Burglars was, while odd, still kind of played out typically like Clubhouse does. I don't know how the hell this game is going to go because Mystic do whatever they want because they're Mystic, and Arial Rise are a newly formed pug stack. Let's not beat around the bush. They have never played before, I don't believe, and now they are just kind of pugging it out in quals, seeing how they do. And they've been semi-successful so far. I'm trying to look at the standings. Arial Rise are currently 1-1, with Mystic being 2-0.
Who did they lose to?
Who did they lose to? They lost in round 1, I think. They lost to you know who they lost to? Lost to Gusick.
Gusick.
Lost to Gusick. Gusick have been they're up next apparently. But yeah, that's where Arial Rise's loss came from. I don't know who they beat. They probably beat some team I've never heard of. We're gonna see how they go up against Mystic, who are, I think, considered the best in T3 because I think they beat Surf twice.
In
I
other
think.
leagues.
Because I remember seeing like Newer's tweets about it. But yeah, I think I'd consider Team Mystic the top dog at the moment.
Where were they in our power ranking? I'm pretty sure
They were first.
they were first.
It went Mystic, then Surf,
Right.
and then Arial. I think we had Arial Rise.
Ariel was
Third,
below either third or they were below the seal team. I'm pretty sure they're third. So
Yeah. And then we had
Uh,
Outlaws still coming.
I wonder how right we are when you consider that they apparently lost to Goosek. I would have loved to see footage of that one. How they losing to Goosek?
Oh, Rift is also not playing.
That makes sense. Who is?
It's Og. Og.
Well, that's quite the substitute. So I'm interested to see
I
this
love
one.
Og. Og is so freaking good at this game. It's crazy.
He's gonna have to
Augustin.
be.
That's why they call him Augustus Caesar.
You call him that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone else say
Really?
Augustus
I've heard
Caesar.
several people call him Augustus.
I've said
You know his-
Augustus, but I've never
You know
had the
Augie?
Caesar.
You know where his name comes from?
Oh, Augie. That too.
Yeah, his name's Augie.
Yeah. Augie.
Og for short. Actually has no relation to the gun. But 3 for 3. Thatcher first ban. Will probably be 4 for 4 come the next game. Second ban, probably a hard breacher, probably a Hib, maybe even the Mav. That'd be spicy. No, it's just going to be the Hib. So same exact bans we have so far. And if it's Mira Valkyrie, we'll have these exact same bans as we saw on our previous clubhouse in game number 1. So I'm praying, holding on to hope that 1 is going to be different. Well, I'll have to put all my faith in the 4th now.
So far, seems like we've.
Okay, Mystic do play Mira a lot though. Ban like Walmire or something.
You know, I mean,
That's the
same
exact same order too, isn't it?
same bands, different teams, right? It's like same crap, different day, and it is a different day. Not really.
Dimple is.
This was literally like an hour ago that we just witnessed the same band sequence. I think we kind of glossed over one player in particular here.
What did we gloss over?
Louise Never Too Much.
What a name. I remember when he was Louis Vuitton.
I remember when I used to pronounce his name Louis and not Louise. Because I didn't know that he was Louise, not Louis, like Louis Vuitton. But yes, Louise is back. After his injury, seems poised to return.
Yeah.
Yeah, the injury.
A wire-induced injury.
Yeah, there was an injury to his judgment, and now he's back and ready to.
Yeah, Og.
It was before his
Maniac of
injury.
the tank.
Before his injury, right? Luis was. He's one of those guys. You know, he's one of those guys we talk like. You know, we hype up Sweater and Gunner and Uzis and Augs. And Luis was in that list.
They put Gunner on the castle? Damn.
I mean, he's struggling right now. This guy is hitting the movement on this drone. That's delayed
Hitting the
Gunner by a
jukes.
good 20 seconds. That's huge when we're talking castle. Mental warfare is going to be huge here when we're talking this matchup. This is a rivalry. This is a lot of T3 names here. A lot of I'm sure a lot of people have their favorite T3 player on either team. So it's going to be good. A roam to clear first for Mystic, or rather for Arial.
Of course, it is a SSG-esque roam with all the drone denial and the castle. Of course, the Vigil playing inside a bar. That's Newers, who I've heard is different. We'll have to see. Tones and Sweater. Of course, the Mute and the Mozzie tag teaming on the top floor with all of their drone denials surrounding them. Of course, supported with those castle barricades. And the reason why Newers is in bar is to help them fall off should the time come. And well, that time will come rather early. Less than a minute in, and already the roamers are going to fall back, leaving just Sweater now. Actually, Sweater and Newers sticking inside a bar. So they forfeited the top floor control, but they'll decide to make a stand in bar, at least for now.
Right, literally. And speaking of standing, Luis is not standing. He's laying down in blue, hoping to catch someone off. I highly doubt someone will rotate this way, considering that Moto Hatch is a very usable option for the defense. For Newers in particular, he would have to go for the most oblique rotation of all time, impacting the castle. So honestly, quite frankly, Luis isn't actually holding anything in particular. It looks like he's adjusted his positioning. He is standing now. Again, concerned about a flank because this is a half cocked clear. Arial Rise. Maniac the tank. Oh, Doc, what are you doing? Not paying attention. And I guess the Thermite's just gonna continue on. This is T3 in the flesh, just straight gun skill. I guess they're from Maniac trying to use it, but he doesn't succeed. But we are in a 3v3.
Gunner was able to find 2. Still the man count even, but look at the HP. Uzi, Og, and Louise all full, but Og nearly the victim of a flank, but that defender thinks better of it. Gunner is very low on HP, I believe prone behind the church table. He's going to allow Uzi by. Now Uzi tucked in behind box 3, will not fall victim to the C4. He's got a very long angle he can hold, and he'll catch Newers with Gunner getting finished off by Og. It's now Sweater. 1 versus 3. We've seen him do it in CL. Can he do it in T3 as the nade comes through, just delaying his push through the double door, essentially sticking him inside of church as the plant goes down. Now 1v3 post. Beautiful shot onto Louise. Good night to the Frenchie, leaving it all up to Uzi and Og, 2 of the youngest members of this lobby. Left with 30 seconds to delay. Uzi backed off all the way towards dirt. Og, of course, establishing the vertical superiority here. Very smart play from the last 2 players, despite their young age. The Sweater now, he's got about 13 seconds to kill both these players and stick that defuse as Og is now cooking flashbangs to delay his progress even further. Typically, T3 is known for their aggression, but here we have these 2 players playing perfectly passive, and now time has run dry, and there's the kill for posterity. Arial Arise take round number 1.
Well, so much to unpack there. You know, the Thermite that I was talking about just kind of walked in there. Maniac, living up to the name. With the diffuser.
Created the opening.
Yeah, did he? Oh, actually, no. Rice actually dropped the hatch. I misspoke. Maniac did not walk in with Rice dropped the hatch at the same time as Maniac pushed in. The synergy from a team.
I think Gunner killed both of them.
Maybe so. But I mean, the thing is, the synergy there between those 2. We talk about a team that's poke stack. That was some elite level synergy there. It allowed for the opening into Armory, where, quite frankly, you saw at the end there, all 3 defenders. If you split that site in half like a Big Mac.
What?
Like you got the middle bun, which is the hallway, and then
No, what?
What?
Split the site in half like a Big Mac.
What? Let me explain the analogy, man.
Okay, all right.
If we've got anyway, you've got 2 halves to the site, right? The hallway is the half, right? That site got split in half somehow, some way. All the defenders basically in a situation where they can't really do much about the fact that the diffuser was dropped where it was and they still couldn't do anything about it. Puts it in perspective. Site split in half, not much they can do, and you've got guys with the gun skill that they have holding down the hallway. You can forget crossing. And Arial Rise take full advantage first round. Not really a roam clear, but they still pull it out.
Yeah, the early kill Maniac found, and I believe there was another one that Og got in either in blue or watching Kitchen Hatch. Like you said, kind of isolated those members of Mystic all the way towards the back over by Short. And Uzi watching the hallway. Perfect cutoff. So, Mystic are going to go for a very similar play. Mutant Mozzie upstairs, Castle Barricade supporting, Vigil in bar. Very, very similar roam, if not exactly the same. Arial Rise, not changing things up too much, Mystic are setting up the roam. I just completely reversed that. But Arial Rise, you know, they've dealt with this before, but they haven't dealt with Gunner sitting on this window. You hear the player again on the drone and not peek out just yet, but he will see the drone go by. This could be an easy kill for the castle if he just looks towards Cage, but nope. He'll get droned out. Opportunity lost for Shun. Gunner putter off. And as he rotates away, Louise will get the opening pick on his roaming duo. The Vigil now no longer in bar.
Yeah, and we're seeing Arial Rise doing a much better job of corralling this roam. He picked Crucial. Sweater hit an absolute stinker last round. Looking to hit one now in a more meaningful part of the round. That was in 1 versus 3, I believe. He's going to be a factor on this room. And Uzi's already halfway down Oil Pit, looking to perhaps catch someone sleeping. But Doc's aware that blue is no longer a safe haven for the defense. Uzi lurking, creeping, missing every shot, unfortunately. Timing not in his favor. And what's more interesting, look at all those Thunderbird gadgets. All in full sight of blue. Uzi going to find Gunner on the castle, who's kind of lurching around. And now Tones could get the drop Through the grates, maybe, maybe not. Misses every shot. The grates, it's hard to shoot through these. I don't know how in the world Uzi's still alive. Tone's just line it up. Line it up! He finally kills Uzi and establishes control.
Uzi was standing still saying hi in the chat when he died. I love Uzi. But it's still a 2-for-1. It's still an advantage in the way of the attackers, and Maniac is just walking down long as Thermite with the diffuser. This guy is truly living up to his name. As Luis gets another, it's a double in the round for him. Sweater peeks up, finds the sledge, but is still, once again, in a 1v3 with the plant going down. This is deja vu. 2 rounds in a row, we're in the exact same situation. The plant is completed, and now the clock once again works against the Mozzie, though Arial Arise have planted in church rather than over in Arsenal, so they can't use that vertical superiority again with the Buck, but it can establish some pretty mean crossfires, especially as the breach has been opened, and Sweater cannot win the long fight against Louise, is desperately searching for anything, but no one's over towards blue. No one's giving him these fights, that is, unless Louise just swings around, confirms his 3rd kill, and gives Arial Arise their 2nd point in a row.
Pug? Or no pug? Otherwise, looking decisive and looking very confident through the first 2 rounds. I mean, Maniac, correct me if I'm wrong, was Maniac not also on a previous version of Mystic at some point?
I don't think so.
T3 Encyclopedia Crow. What team was Maniac on?
No, I don't think Maniac was on Mystic.
What team was he on? I swear he was on...
Maybe? Dude, I don't remember. It's been too... I've been at it too long for...
Oh, so I can't trust you anymore?
Not recent, bro. I don't know. I know Maniac was... he was on Survey Corps a while back with like Lava and Rift and AUG. And then I think he was on Versity for a bit. I don't remember what happened between Versity and now. I don't think he was on Mystic.
I don't remember what team he was on. All I know is I swear he was on a marquee team.
It's been too damn long.
He was on a marquee team for a hot second and somehow made his way to this Arial team now. Don't remember which one it was. But yes, he's living up to his name though. Maniac the guy's just walking in his Thermite with the hollow and taking names. So I respect it, actually.
It was Chad pushing up long. Not a care in the world.
That is... Only in T3 will you see that one. Now, I mean, to be fair, today, the Thermites in general have been uncharacteristically... I don't know what's going on with the sliders. I don't know if there's like a change in the difficulty setting, but like the Thermites have been losing their minds today. And I'm all for it. Okay! That wasn't off of info. That was just off of thumping. You know, when you hear the thumping on the roof, it's really loud. You ever play this game? And it's pretty obvious when someone's going for that hatch, of course, when the torch starts torching it. So that is a painful way to use your Maverick. Or lose your Maverick.
It's like, remember the clip of Waka walking around border and getting 2 floor nades using only sound?
Yep. I mean, it's people underestimate it. You know, that is...
Sound can be a powerful weapon.
You
know, oh, dude, AUG. I swear to God, AUG was thinking about jumping in that window. I could tell. I've been casting AUG for long enough to know what he wants to do. But Luis is going to get the leadoff kill for his team onto Gunner, so the Maverick will not go unanswered, and AUG playing on the windows. He gets another. Newers over peaks as Tones finds the trade, but Luis has yet another answer, keeping the man count in his team's favor. It's Tones and Doc, and a 2v3 make it just Doc, as Luis swings around and gets a third, finding Tones just sitting in the middle of Khan. Now Doc is going to swing over and attempt some sort of stoppage to Luis's rampage, but he's going to be a little more tentative about it than that. Swing back over towards Gold, where AUG has already made his way in, but no, it's Luis for 4. Arial Arise Academy with 3 attacks in a row.
Also, I just want to add, I figured out. Maniac and D was on Mystic. With Tone. And Adapt, and Sweater, and Newers. So this is a little personal for Maniac, I think. Actually, we totally disregard that dynamic. He won some tournaments with this Mystic team too. And now, quite frankly, it's looking like he's on the greener pastures. He's got his buddies. Rice, which is funny. We kind of gloss over Rice too. All the way back with Biblioteca, if you remember, from the Summer Champs, and the older Biblioteca from earlier tournaments than that. Rice has been a menace too. This lobby is... I don't think I'd be able to compete in this lobby personally. I don't think I'd get a kill. Everyone in this lobby has championship pedigree. But Arial right now has seemingly got more of it. So they just lead.
Maybe I'd get 1 kill on a Rice.
Yeah. I think I could shoot Gunner in the back 1 or 2 times.
In the back.
You know, I mean, if he's not looking.
It's like my friend Ben and my friend actually Jared, the coach of One Shot. They met Pengu in a casual game and shot him in the back and changed their names to Pengu Killer in our Discord.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Sometimes that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to shut someone down.
To be fair, Gunner's been getting shot everywhere. 1 and 3.
He has. He's 1 and 3.
Not having a good time. But he's also been on, like, Castle. Like, you highlighted that earlier. Like, Gunner on Castle? Question mark?
Usually Gunner's, like, on the Mozzie. Dude, Gunner, remember Gunner on the Roni? CCS?
Yeah, I remember Gunner.Arial on the... It's just so funny. All these guys have been on, like, a million composite teams.
Like, each other's teams, eh?
That's, like, genuinely funny. But... And also a nightmare when you can't keep track of it. But yeah, here we go. Arial Arise going on to cash now. His site has not been kind to anyone through the 2 or 3 Clubhouse games. I don't know. I've lost track. We've watched a lot of Clubhouse today. The Clubhouse games we've watched, cash has not been ideal. So let's see how this one goes for Mystic. Seems like they've run out of a deck of cards, though.
Rice is at least going to survive breaching the wall.
That's a start.
That is a start.
Progress.
Plat wall, successful. Under a minute, too. Good timing. And it looks like they want to go for Khan next. As the Logi hatch is open, they're sending drones through. I believe Maniac is already in gym. They're already in gym or right outside the Kahuzi wall. Louise is dumping his util in to make way for an impact, likely onto some kind of piece of utility. There's a guy right on main stairs! Uzi, turn around! He's going to get clapped by Newers, who just snuck up the main stairs.
What is a drone?
Completely unseen.
What is a drone? Again, they're bugging. New team pains. You know, I'm not gonna blame anyone for that. That's just
Sweater gonna kill me.
Lapse in the simulator. Louise is 7-1, by the way. We just almost 8-1.
You got a 3K in round 2 and then a 4K in round 3.
Alrighty. Well, Sweater is in a very interesting position because the wall was not actually mav'd. Usually see the mav trying to, like, you know, draw a couple dots there, so that's not possible on that right panel. Sweater's just kind of chilling here. So the rest of the attack kind of slowly trudges along from Master after losing Uzi. Seemingly lost a lot of tempo with him.
Yeah, no longer having that primary entry. I mean, it's only 1 set of nades gone out of 3, so that's not really as big of an issue, but I know how aggressive Uzi can be, and maybe they're, you know, missing that piece of the puzzle right now. Now, Sweater does get his position spotted out, tagged up a little bit by Louise, but the nade will miss the Electro Claw. They can't get Khan open. They're stuck here. And Arial Arise, I mean, they've still got 1 more nade, but with the Wamai putting out more discs, they don't have enough burn for it. What are they going to do? They cannot open Khan wall. They're going to have to go somewhere completely different, but Louise will tap away at the head of Doc, and there's the equalizer that Arial were looking for. We'll go back onto the rappel as Rice finds the advantage for Arial Arise. I don't know how Gunner just died, but Louise coming up on the breach gets taken out. Maniac finds the trade, but Tones tacks on another. Sweater holds on to Red. It's just Og, and he's not looking the right way. Sweater finds both of the last kills, and Mystic take round 4.
Well, I'm not sure what happened with the construction wall there, but you can definitely see the impact of it despite the little... I guess little mav holes that were placed in it. It was not enough to really pressure the players towards the red stairs. And more importantly, the player towards rafters was a factor as they were forced to kind of flood through the doorway when you can't go through the breach. So it opens up an opportunity for a cross of a lifetime, and that's exactly what Sweater and friends were able to do. And despite how tumultuous that site can be, Mystic, that's exactly where they get their first round on CCTV and Cash. Believe it or not. And Church is where they've had their nightmares. This is where they've just kind of struggled mightily with Arial Arise. And Maniac especially. Maniac has just walked in some capacity on each Church attack. As Thermite. He
has done that.
He's creating space on Therm, baby.
Listen, at the very least, he drops diffuser inside the site. So all you got to do is go pick it up, and there you go. Fine.
Yeah, just keep it going, guys. Like, what's the problem?
Is he putting it in the pot?
Not the pot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, physics. In Rainbow Six Siege, you boil electricity in a pot.
It's not even like completely hidden.
Client side. Lamoa.
That's true.
Og pistoling the camera instead of just using his primary makes it a little bit harder, but yeah, it looks like okay. He's connecting. What was that? Anyway, still connecting.
Wow, that is an old bug.
What? I don't think I've seen that. I don't think we've seen that one before. And he's dead.
Oh,
'cause he's
that's
lagging.
why. Okay, that makes sense. That is truly unfortunate. Arial Arise now have to deal with a 4v5, especially against Luis. Luis has been so good for them so far.
He's
what?
been aight.
He's
been aight.
8-2, I think.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
I've seen better.
yeah.
You're right. I mean, good part of that lead has been Luis quite literally 3K, 4K. Yeah. Not going to be the case this round. Newers. I mean, there's not necessarily a whole lot of info for the C4, so again, we're relying on thumping for a kill, and it's going to work. Og. All right. Maybe he shot a buck shot or something. I don't know, but he's dead.
Yeah, he bucked.
Well,
He bucked above, and well, that was enough of a sound cue. And Uzi's going to get tagged up from that Cade, who's now positioned over towards Moto, as Maniac opens up the blue hatch, or at least will do so momentarily. They've got enough utility to deal with this Jaeger, but unfortunately, that's really all they're going to be able to deal with, considering they only have 3 flashes. I mean, they've got a lot of nades, but I guess you'll have to burn with the nade before sending another one in if you want to deal with anything else. Doc, though, he knows what's coming, because that always happens after Blue Hatch gets open. He's going to reposition, but Maniac knows where he is, and he's going to nearly catch the rotation. He'll light up Doc just a bit as Uzi now moves down towards Oil Pit, his position called out by the team, and now gassed off from Maniac as Rice is holding a flank by main stairs. So this is really a 2-man assault on the site, both coming through blue because Rice is tasked with making sure they don't get flanked. And as you can see from the Maestro's position there and from that silhouette, the servers are not our friend today.
yeah, I think Uzi just shot about 60 bullets on Ayana. So,
Are we good now? I think we're good now. The round resumes. Uzi takes out Sweater before being traded out by Gunner. The Moto hatch will now fall. A nade goes out and just does a little bit of damage to Doc, but Rice and Maniac, the 2 hard breachers, certainly have a tall task ahead of them, and Maniac can do nothing, and neither can Rice. Team Mystic with round number 5 as the servers kind of destroy themselves in the middle of that round.
I think Uzi had the extended mag on that ARX. I quite literally shot about 50 bullets there. In Oil Pit.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we're gonna have a little intermission. We're gonna wait for the server to breathe. We're gonna maybe wait for Luis to come back. I don't know.
Hopefully we don't need a full rehost.
Yeah, that is pending. But in the meantime, we'll look at this incredible graphic. You see how the timeout literally goes down like progress bar? Do you see that? Isn't that cool? And you still see the score in the top too. This might be the most enticing timeout screen I've ever seen. Look, let's just sit and enjoy it. Actually.
Oh, and I see. It's orange because it's Arial Arise's timeout technically. So they
Right?
need to wait for Luis.
Right?
Is he back? He's not back. He's not back yet. So we're gonna wait longer, I guess.
It's one of the most sensual timeouts I've ever had, you know? Just panning through the map with Fan of Progress bar. Like, yeah, so it is confirmed Luis cannot reconnect, okay, guys? So you're gonna rehost. You know? You wanna talk about it a little bit, Carl? Like what has transpired in the first couple rounds here?
Well, it started with Arial having some incredible takes.
down to a lot of timing. Really good timing from Arial. A lot of good 1-2 punches, simultaneous stuff going on. The roam clears were pretty adequate, I would say. But after those 3 wins from Arial, Mystic have shored themselves up a little bit, I would say. There was that cash round where they got super aggressive on the guys on the breach. And they've been... I guess that's what it is from Mystic. They've been playing a little bit more confidently. Because before with the roams, right? The roams, they fell off real quick. And the one time they didn't, the roam was kind of ignored until the site push. But now they're really taking the fight to Arial. They are meeting Arial at the gates. And they're fighting back. And that's kind of what we were missing from Mystic in those first 3 rounds. So I'm happy to see Mystic are finally, again, as I would say, playing more of their game. Because that's what we're used to with those guys.
Right, and also, I mean, we saw earlier today, this scoreline isn't nearly as lopsided at the rehost, at the moment of rehost, as we are currently looking at. But earlier today, we saw a game was 5-2 rehost. The heroes for one team happened to cool down, and new heroes emerged for the other team. Allowed for a bit of a swift momentum change, and that might be the case here. We saw Luis was on an absolute tear. Multiple 1 rounds for Arial. So will we see Luis kind of disappear and then the whole dynamic changes? I don't know. That's the curious thing.
That's what happened to Twist.
Yeah, he what was he 10-2? Finished 3-5.
After the rehost, yeah.
It's
It was rough. And same thing with who was it on Chair? There was someone on Chair was
Turkey,
completely,
right?
Yeah, Burnt Turkey. I think was completely asleep for the first half and then was hitting heat-seeking nades after the rehost. So rehosts can completely change the dynamic of teams. I think I just hit my mic arm, so sorry if you guys heard that. I was doing a hand motion and slapped my mic arm.
Smacking gongs, man. It was good.
Rehosts can completely change the dynamic of a team. It allows one team to rest and collect themselves, and can also kind of halt the momentum collected by another team, allow a player to cool off in the bad way, as we saw from Twist in the first game. So hopefully that's not going to happen to Luis, as not only are we going to have to go through a rehost, but he also had to sit out for an entire round on top of that. And we might even see someone from Mystic heat up. Maybe Gunner.
Maybe Gunner, because Gunner is kind of been sleepwalking.
Been a little quiet.
Right?
Been a little quiet since the first round.
He joined the team recently after being on it before, and after we got Arial before. We got Gunner's team history.
Gunner.
Has there ever been a player that has won more championships on different teams than Gunner in the entire circuit? That's
Q3 in general?
Anywhere. Bro.
Maybe.
This is Gunner is okay, so you know how Canadian, he won with CTM and then he won with SSG. He won on a bunch of different teams, right? Gunner's basically, I know this is just gonna make someone irate in chat. Gunner is literally the Canadian of T3. He's won on
he won on
3 different teams.
Arial twice.
Mystic.
He won on Mystic twice. He won on Gatekeepers. I don't remember if he won when he was on Aggro.
I'm sure he won something. I'm sure he won some
maybe
league. Was he looking to win again? We'll find out here, because again, this is just a qualifier, baby. We're back in the game. It is currently starting.
Losing here isn't a death sentence either, because there's still 4 games to go tomorrow, in addition to the 4th tonight. Keep in mind, this is only the 3rd. We've got 1 more after this. So we'll resume the game. Arial Arise still up 3-2, and they will now need to attack Gym and Bedroom. Uzi just showed a Cali. I wonder if that's going to be a 6 pick. I hope not, because I hate Cali. I think she's awful. Og is now swapped onto Flores as well, seeing the Goyo, the smoke, the castle. So much utility for the defense. Arial are going to say, you know what? We can just bypass that. We'll take the Flores, take those drones. There's no mute to stop him, so there's really nothing in the way of Flores other than the defense literally just
shooting them before he can get to their desired spot. But of course, with the Flores, he still brings burn. You've still got 2 sets of nades with the Maverick and the Iana. Interestingly enough, Maniac has swapped off of the Thermite onto the Ace, maybe because he's been playing so aggressively. He wants a gun better suited to that kind of play style.
Very sensible. I also think this is, the first Flores we have seen
All day.
all day. When you consider how oppressive Flores can be in just about every context, that's slightly surprising. So, maybe some flow. No mute or anything like that to stop it, so there's a lot of targets. And I mean a lot. Literally every operator in the defense is probably going to be susceptible to this Flores and his flashes, which he is bringing. So that's going to be great. That's going to be fun. Looking at this setup here as well, I imagine a Flores drone is going to come flying right through the drone hole. I bet you Tones isn't expecting it. I don't know. Did he 6 to 4s actually catch that? What if Hope did? He did.
Maybe.
Probably didn't. I'm pretty sure they were all just stuck what they wanted. But
Oh, what are they going to do? Get the bandits off?
probably, yeah. His Newers isn't even patrolling near his bandage right now. Something like it. Or not. It looks like Gunner got it.
You hear the castle.
Ah! I mean, like,
The castle scream will never not be funny.
I mean, what would be funny is it's like, imagine seeing the voice actor, like having a video of the
Did it
voice actor
again.
while he's doing it. Ah!
Well, easy nade goes out. That's going to do away with the wall. Ooh, Rice could
Grenade.
find a good floor nade, but Newers moves just in the nick of time. So the band is likely counting his lucky stars after that one. Hell, Rice might try again, but Maniac will not have an impact on this round other than the breach, as he'll get headshotted by Gunner, but he's stuck in the rotate. Og from the window finds him, and it'll end up being an even 1-for-1 trade. Pretty even considering the fact that Ace had already used all of his utility.
And Tones is just inches from getting 2. He only finds Louise. Not Og, who's also in the window. I mean, there are 2 aerial attackers on the window. Og is acting like there's no one in server. He gets another kill off of this window. And honestly, if I was Tones, I would have stayed there. I would have kept instigating. Unless that ship has sailed, and now Og has a pretty good cutoff now. Oh, yeah, look at this.
You can get this Goyo easy.
What is? Is he invisible?
I just they've got no idea where they keep dying from, because Og has now peaked, 3 separate windows and found 3 separate kills? And that's actually going to give the advantage to his team. It's a 3v2 now. Newers and Doc, the 2 German operators left to pick up the pieces. Flash is coming in from Og, and he'll actually drop down below, joining another one of his teammates, as they, I believe, leave Rice upstairs over by the breach. He and Uzi, it looks like Og and Uzi are going to duo push up main, knowing that Newers is over towards Gold Vault. The nade comes through, that forces him back, and it might allow the walk-up.
Oh.
In comes Rice, dealing a lot of damage. He'll finish off Doc and leave Newers in the clutch. 1v3. There's 1 for Newers. He needs to find another 2 and cannot outduel Og. A 4K for the Flores, and Arial arrives with a 4-2 half.
Absolutely unfathomable, unfeasible that Arial Rise actually pretended a Agathon, huh? That's what we're calling it now. They literally,
Ogafit.
I mean, Mystic, like, I don't think there was any attempt to kill this guy. How, if I did that right now, stood on the master window like that, it's like every time we spectated Og, he was acting as if the server window didn't exist. Just no fear in his eyes. Like, I'm not worried about it. I don't care. They kill me. If they kill me, they kill me. I don't care. It's just unbelievable.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, I don't know how Og was allowed to do that. Tones never re-peeked the window, too.
That's just so strange, right?
Just
Like,
sat in con. Did they think... Okay, after Og got the first kill, right? Did they think... Or did Tones think he killed the guy? Like he had... Well, no. Like in the kill feed, right? They would have known that it was Og who got the first kill and Louise who died.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. The only thing I can come up with is like they weren't paying attention to who got what kill and thought that with Louise's death, like that was the window player.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
I mean, I'm grasping for it to make sense as well. I'm sure Mystic is too, as they're kind of getting to take it to him now. Earlier today, we saw an attacker-sided club. This game may very well not be any different. We've seen the Capitao, the Slapatow from Gunner, the Canadian of T3. And an entry kill from Sweater on Og. I'm not sure what Og was thinking, just walking up the stairs. And we saw also teams that play these anchory type of defenses have struggled mightily. Usually when there's been success in this basement side, it's been a roam. It's been some sort of resistance. And not the type of resistance that all just did, walking at main like that. No, it's full map pressure. That's not the case. For Arial Rise, it's a lot more ground seated. And you see Tones already dropped into short at 2 minutes and 1 second. That's, I would say they're moving quickly. Already opening the wall at 1 minute and 54 seconds. They get impact. What? Impact trick?
What?
And
Yeah,
Izzy-
Rice. We saw Rice was bailiffing open the top of the wall as it was being triggered and got it just in the nick of time. So well done to Rice. Tones is also now dead, so that's Thermite gone, as well as your primary case carrier. I think the case is now dropped in Moto. So if Team Mystic go ahead and pick that up, they are going to be committing to that Moto push. So their options have severely dwindled. You also saw Maniac in dirt. No reinforcements on the wall, which was interesting. That allows Newers pretty free access into dirt. So he'll be pushing down there. We'll have to keep our eye on him when it comes to the late round. Gunner will shoot open the Malusi. No hard breach gadgets for him, so it looks like Church is going to remain closed. As Newers slinks through the barbed wire, it doesn't look like anyone knows he's here, but as he vaults the shield, Louise, now aware of the position, will peek through but still lose the fight. Newers gets the man advantage for his team and nearly the one on the Maniac as well. The smoke now crouching, hiding behind box 3 as Rice eats a nade to the face. Uzi walks in on ADS, and it's Maniac against the world. 1v3 now as he finds Newers. Smoke's coming out from Capitao to restrict the lines of sight, and the prone angle coming out from Sweater, nearly finding Maniac. Plant going down, but finally, there's the kill through the wall, and Mystic take their first attack.
I think it's going to be attacker-sided. I have a hunch.
Yeah, probably.
I have a hunch. Yeah, me personally, like I said, I'm not really a fan of anchoring. Especially, with the level of talent in this game. You give them 2 minutes to execute an attack, they're going to do that. And they're going to do it very well. So, we're going to see Steven Cash now where, quite frankly, the odds aren't that much better. Again, when we talk about this map becoming attacker-sided, feels like there's sometimes not a lot of sites you can go to where you can truly feel comfortable. And I would classify CCTV as a site that I don't think many people are comfortable on. For a multitude of reasons, especially Capitao is actually one of those reasons. Even with Lamai, there's a good chance your guy in Raptors is not going to have a good time.
At some point, he'll probably die. And, of course, Mystic bringing the Capitao means that they are going to be pushing those rafters. That's pretty much a guarantee. Capitao also not an operator we saw in the last Clubhouse game at all. I'm glad Gunners bring him. Capitao is quite the useful tool on Clubhouse. Not only for rafters, but for positions like blue, positions like bathroom as well. A good,
Green
what's the
box.
word? He's a good flusher. I don't know.
I agree. He really is a good flush. I mean, there's a lot of spots. I mean, top red, you can flame that out, cause problems. You see Tones already. Tones is the fastest moving between Maniac and whoever that guy was from Chair. I'm forgetting.
PBQ?
TBQ. Everyone's just moving quick as Thermite.
Yeah.
Already got garage open, like you said. I think that's where this attack goes.
What was his name again? Peta.
It was something like short name.
Ah, shoot.
It was like 3 letters, and I'm already forgetting what it was.
I remember. What is the unit? Becquerel. That's what it is. Pettit Becquerel. That's what PBQ stands for. Anyway, back to the game. Doc is going to expose himself on the map trick and pay the price. Og, he gets traded out, but still, damage done. Huge ups to him, but I think the Mav did get the wall in the end. Yeah, judging by those shots. The Mav did get the wall before he died, so, you know, Doc will give his life up for the cause, but still would have liked to have him up, especially for the nades. Tones was also brought down on the ground. He's since been revived. And Uzi's all the way by Master. Now, I don't really know how much presence Uzi is going to have in this round, considering this is a full Rafters clear from the members of Mystic. And, of course, he's, you know, on the other side of the map, as Luis eats a lot of damage and will probably die to this fire. There it is. Gunner deals a little self-damage, but it's not too worrying, as Maniac, the FMG9, gets a kill on the Newers. That's the Platwall player, I believe, who's rotating off now dead, but he gets too aggressive. He peeks into garage, and Sweater shoots him from below, and now it's Uzi and Rice in what could have been a 3v3, now stuck with a -1 man disadvantage.
You see these guys typing to each other again, Maniac. Former Mystic player. And they're letting him know, man, what are you doing? Peeking around there with the FMG. The hard breach charge, which is newly added a second hard breach charge capital. It's going to allow for an opening for Gunner, but it's actually being used against him for the time being. But now Uzi's trapped in this corner. Gunner gets absolutely obliterated by Rice. But more importantly, that's the last bit of denial here, or rather indirect denial for both of these defenders, unless Rice drops below maybe with the shotgun. There's no such thing as indirect denial. Sweater just knows he's there, absolutely obliterates Rice, and now it's just Uzi full health versus 2 half health attackers. This is doable. Gonna peer around this corner, but I'm not sure if Tones is on the rappel. Yeah, he's on that rappel. So this should be unwinnable, and yeah, Sweater gets off the diffuser and just smokes Uzi. That is insane. I don't know how he knew. Wow. How did he know that Rice was? I didn't see a ping.
I don't know. Did they have a drone in sight?
That was a I think he's crouched here. I've just been whispered that apparently there was a visible little gun there. Maybe. I don't know.
Either way,
better eyes than me.
I got a question. A couple stuff there. I had a question. A couple things there for Arial. One, Maniac, you already got a kill, man. You're smoke. Why are you peeking into garage?
Smoke at the end there would have been crucial.
You just did not need to do that. Second, Rice's position. Why was he there? That's kind of one of those where, like, if they don't know you're there and they don't expect you to be there, I mean, sure, great, but you didn't need to play that far forward, right? You wait for the plant, and you duo push. When you're in a 2v2 like that, and one of those attackers are on the plat wall rappel, if you just go fast, it's very unlikely that he can kill both of you. And if you get that planter, you have pretty much won the round. Fortunately, they opted to play passive instead, and Rice pushed up a little bit farther forward than he needed to. And that'll forfeit any kind of advantage Arial Rise had. It's 4-4 now, dead even.
It's harder than it may have than you may have thought. Cash side again, not a very fun one to defend. And obviously a really fun one to attack, especially when you have all those tools available to you. It's harder than you would think, but Mystic pulls it out. Now, okay. Rice, walking in front of the window. All right. He's going to be on cam duty now for the next 2 minutes and 40. What was that? 2 minutes and 48 seconds. One of the earliest opening kills you're going to see. Now Gunner's going to probably use one of the multiple hard breach charges he has to put up a cross angle into construction. A lot of hard breaching happening right now in 3 different spots, actually. The cash wall, the instruction single, and jacuzzi all at once. Let's say Mystic moves pretty quickly.
That's been a pretty common trend through the last couple attacks, right? We called Tones the fastest thermite in the West. Sweater is already below the gym hatch. He can just narrowly see the tip of the head, and there it is! Scalping Maniac. Down goes the smoke once again, and now you've lost a C4, your only C4. As well as your gas canisters, you are completely out of indirect denial, and Luis gets one, but Newers has simply just walked in and found Og. It's now Uzi and Luis, the 2 projectile denial operators, in a 2 versus 4, and they both have to come in from Con with the plant going down by Gunner. The Zofia free to watch Khan will allow Louise past, at least for the meantime. Jaeger not too keen to peek just yet, but there it is. He'll finally end the life of Newers, but they've still got a man disadvantage and a diffuser to deal with. The Sweater is coming up towards the main stairs. Gunnar and Doc, I believe, still outside. Wonderful shot from Doc onto Uzi. That leaves Louise alone. Two people over towards the breach, one now moving in over towards short, but as Louise hits the sprint, Sweater hits the head. And Team Mystic now take the advantage 5-4.
And that's 3 in a row.
That is. That's how Arial started off theirs. 3 in a row.
And once again, we're going back to CCTV and cash where, I mean, you know, Rafters. We saw Uzi across, where was he? In Zimbabwe, all the way in Master Bathroom, while his teammate is getting barbecued in Rafters. May want to see a little bit more intensity, a little more urgency assisting their teammate in Rafters, or just consider not playing it at all. There's a lot of options here. Maniac's going to be switching to that. Wamai, of course, Smoke, he ran last time. Is well storied. We considered that he pretty much overpeaked that one there. Last time we saw that. So he's playing, he's going to be playing the Wamai. And again, even with the Wamai up, it's still extraordinarily likely that whoever's in Rafters is going to have problems. There's more than enough flashes, more than enough projectilage that you can get through the denial and
Projectilage?
yeah. You can deal with the person Raptors pretty darn easily. So problem that Arial Rice is going to have to solve quickly, or it's going to be match point, and this one's going to be over quicker than we thought.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse the
I think one of the main things is going to be how long does Maniac live in Rafters? Because now that they don't have a smoke, there's no longer, hard time delay, area denial, none of that stuff. They have 2 C4s, and that's about it. So a lot of this is going to be on how much time they waste just by themselves without any utilities. So hopefully Maniac has a bit more longevity in him than Louise did. Of course, they've got the Cade Claws in Rafters once again. Maybe calling upon Doc to open up some holes over there. Because that does mean that the main breach is free to Thermite, which Tones will do so. Not quite sure why he did it upside down, but still gets the job done. Breach is open. It's not even a vault hole. It is clean from Tones, and they'll sit Newers here on the Platwall Rappel on Overwatch duty, making sure no one can rotate in and support that man from Rafters. And Maniac is being slowly isolated as the garage walls underneath are open.
We see Uzi, and once again, he's still over there. This time he's on Alibi, and the Jaeger himself, not talking about the YouTuber, is actually pushed up on the breach and actually wins that gunfight on Newers. Welcome to the montage, Newers.
All right.
You're not supposed to win that one.
No. And yet he did. Are they trying to nade open the wall? You have a sledge.
Did you see what happened to Mav last time?
All right. Yeah, Doc is trying to nade open the wall. Sweater is going to whiff the floor nade. And Rice is not going to move. Okay. Rice just sits on it and says, you know what, this is fine. As Tones just walks through the breach, he finds Maniac and Uzi. What? How is he allowed to do this? Augie's got the C4 in hand. He's going to let it rip and find one while Louise gets another, but as the Jaeger falls, that leaves Aug alone, and he doesn't check his backside. Doc moves in through the doorway to finish the round, not let it get too out of hand. In that round, that is on Tones. Simply walking through, getting 2 picks. I mean, we've been talking about it, making space as the Thermite. Huge ups to him, and now Mystic, who were down 0-3, who were down 2-4, are now on map point.
And once again, we are in a Hacker Clubhouse. Church Arsenal. I think this time with the, I'm seeing a Mozzie, I'm seeing a Thunderbird. Maybe we see a Roam. Maybe we see some resistance to the map control because Team Mystic, and this is putting it lightly, they've shown the desire to move pretty quickly. Seem to have a good idea of what they want to do, and then they just kind of They go for it. They make it happen. I mean, quite literally, almost every attack has been about, what, minute 50, minute 40, or earlier, where they're getting critical things done, burning people out. Life comes at you quick when you play against Mystic, and the only way you're going to change that trope is to resist. Someone play for map control. I would say Uzi. I would say someone like an Og wants to do it, and they actually switched off the Mozzie, so
10 seconds
can't say I agree. Can't say I agree.
5 seconds.
But they're still gonna be running nonetheless. I mean, Og is he's screaming right now. I got 2 drones.
To locate a bomb and defuse.
You know, but is that enough? Is that enough intel denial? You're gonna shoot a couple drones prep phase, but I can't think of a worse combination than Sweater behind a drone. He's 10-1. Sometimes Sweater with no drone. He's just been running in no drone Jerome, which is the
10-1
funny thing.
after the rehost too.
Yep.
It was after a rehost. So that's been pretty crazy from Sweater. So we know and love about him. And Arial or Eyes are in dire straits. They have 1 C4 to their name in the back pocket of Og. Once again, they're relying on 1 C4 and the smoke for most of their delay power. Uzi's on the roam in rafters as Gunner moves in, clearing bar. There's someone at the top of main stairs, but they're not getting too aggressive. In comes Tones, and there's no drone.
Speak of no drone Jerome. Tones.
No drone Tones.
You are the guy who's supposed to be droning. I don't think they considered that rafters was where the enemy could be, and that, whoever that was, Louise, gets away by the grace of God. Look at that CCS charm. It's a rare one.
He was in CCS. He made top 4, I think.
That was when I was first introduced to him, remember? Again, when I called him Louis. But yeah, Louise. Gonna escape, which is huge because they don't relinquish
Located a bomb.
the advantage they gathered in this round. At least not yet. Uzi's still a huge factor, and you see Newer's obviously following a drone from Gunner. Gunner droning. Also something that's pretty rare. And I'm pretty sure they know Uzi's here. They're going to catch him off guard. No, he's actually going to get away while banging back and forth. But for the time being, Uzi's still alive. But it's, again, playtime here, Uzi. Stay alive, and honestly, Mystic, we might see a Mystic actually playing against the clock for once. It's going to impact out like a, what is this?
Yeah.
Hollywood?
He's not trapped. He's not trapped either. He had those impacts in his pocket to assist the roam. And Newers doesn't even know that he's got out. Uzi is now just chilling in construction. Again, like you said, playing the time, forcing Newers to go on the hunt, and the Ash is just gonna give up. He's like, nope, there's sub 1 minute. I cannot be dedicating all my time to this. I need to be with the team. And hey, if Mystic get the push down fast enough, then it might be too late for Uzi to have any more effect. But as Rice finds 1, that'll shut down Doc. Sweater gets the trade, yes, but here's Uzi, the flank for 2. A triple kill on the round for the Malusi, and make that a 4th. Arial Arise, round 11, off the back of the Mel.
Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Resist. Don't just sit there and sight. I'm gonna sit in the corner. These guys are some of the best gunplay you're gonna see in the region. Why are you sitting in sight in a corner? This is what I like to see. I like to see Uzi doing that. Making clips, you're gonna see that in his most recent video. Or future video. And now Arial Rise might force overtime here, but again, Mystic moves like water, and we're talking about CCDV and Cash. They've had a lot of success. They're still bringing in the Slap-a-Tau. Gonna need to see that same daringness and aggression in garage. Resist and hold garage. Hope that person in rafters. If your life depended on it, in real life, not your siege life. Your actual life depended on it, and they might have a chance at overtime here. Otherwise, I think if they're timid and let Mystic do what they want, this one's gonna be over.
Yeah, they let Uzi let his content creator powers loose. That's what that was. It was a highlight play. And also I have a bit of an update, CJ.
Who lost this time?
Outlast.
2. Come on now.
They lost to Gusick.
5 seconds left.
Gusick.
They lost to Gusick.
Attackers must locate and defuse.
Gusick had been on a tear, bro. Never heard of them before, but they're running amok. Apparently.
Just a little bit. Because they're taking down some names. They took down Arial now. Outlast. We might have to cast Goosick next.
Perhaps. Dude, like Wichita Wolves Goosick.
It's just the worst team name of all time. You think Chair and 99 Thieves or whatever they were called, 99 Burglars
99
is bad?
burglars.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Goosick. All right.
That's a banger name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Back to this one, though. We're in the moment. 6-5 Mystic. Thermite charge. Ablaze. Once again, moving quickly already. Walls open. No problem. Cade, no problem. They just thermite the wall. I guess there were no electric claws on the main wall. Probably more oriented towards the garage and what have you. So they're going to... Actually, I'm pretty sure this is the first time they're actually clearing Westover instead of taking out garage first. So a little bit of a change of pace, but will it actually pay off? Gunner is holding a prone hole as Capital.
A gunner hole.
Absolutely. Honestly, like, you know, you said earlier, would you call Capital he was like a decleanser or something? I don't know. Certain.
Oh, a flusher?
A flusher.
Because he flushes people's positions?
There's a lot of, let me tell you, in that A site on that green box, top red itself, there's a lot of utility you can use from a construction push with Capital, just as much as you can from a Raptors push. So I fully expect that from Mr. Potteroff. And look at Louise, just having to make something happen here because we've got the main breach open and you've got the construction push coming through. It's very uncomfortable in this site right now.
The C4 from below, meant for someone in Logi, also missed, so likely aware of Aug's position. There's a lot of off-site presence right now for Arial or Rise, and someone in sight is going to die. Uzi and Aug need to be called back soon, but here's the position under the hatch. There we go. Uzi gets the trade on the Tones, drops the case, but it's still very recoverable. Maniac still inside of garage, has not been cleared, of course. Now they're hunting down. The defense is on the hunt. Down goes Sweater, who dropped Khan. I'm not really sure why. I guess to try and kill the stage player? Maniac gets another before being fragged out by Doc. Now it's the Mav and the Ash against 3, though Uzi and Louise are very lit up, so this is nowhere near undoable, but there's Aug, the healthier of the 3, able to take the name of Doc, and Newers trades back Uzi, but he's only got 20 seconds to play with up against both Aug and Louise. Now there's no C4, so if he's able to get the case, there's nothing really stopping him from planting, but the case, remember, is all the way in construction, and Arial Arise have repositioned to cover it. As he breaks the barricade and jumps right in, though, there's Aug to find him. A huge round from the Mute, and overtime is on the table.
What an emotional roller coaster this game has been.
Man,
multiple
immaculate
round leads.
control.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that's to be expected from these guys, but man, we're talking some emotional roller coasters. I mean, both teams have taken turns gathering a lead and losing it. So now, I mean, obviously, Mystic on the favorite side. Objectively, that's not an opinion. Will they be able to close it out now? They're going to be Texas TV Cash again, and I bet you the IGL is probably like, all right, guys, that was my bad. We shouldn't have went for the con clear. That's on me. I think they're going to go garage again. I think they're going to stick with... Just kidding. What? He just sticks the cap. Iana.
Being defused by attackers.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe we won't see garage.
Gunner's like, you know what? I'm off support.
I'm sick of this. We didn't even use the cap, bro. What? Okay.
Is that your
I don't know.
impression
I
of
actually
Gunner?
don't know what Gunner sounds like.
Gunner's voice is like the complete opposite of that.
I have no idea. All I know is if I see them 6 off the Capital and then go garage, which was by far their best attack, I'm gonna Joker laugh.
Visibly distressed.
I'm gonna Joker laugh if I see that because I mean,
they have more nades.
Yeah. I mean, how many now? 6? Yeah.
Yep.
Mystic has a pretty size. I'm pretty sure. I know Jupiter is one of the coaches.
Oh, I don't freaking know the support staff.
I know what Jupiter.
I do know Jupiter. I don't know
if there's another coach,
I
but
think they have 2 more?
yeah, what I'm
Like
getting
2
at is
coaches and analysts?
they have coaches. They don't just do things obliquely, just randomly. I hope not. Yeah, 6-6. I mean, you've got the well-coached, structured team versus Arial Rise, who is literally pugging. Look at the Selmas going off from Tones. This is another change. Thermite was removed, and look at how that wall got opened. I wouldn't say that's ideal.
Well, you can vault through it.
That's literally a perfect example of why Thermite is better in a lot of ways. But Sweater's going to get the kill on Uzi. Opener. Uzi has been a huge part of this comeback for Arial Rise. Well, the second comeback for Arial Rise. So here we are.
Luckily for them, Mystic is no longer on match point, so, you know, they've got a bit of a buffer. Losing Uzi in this round might not be the biggest deal in the world. Og, who's also been on a tear, is way, way offside on the other side of the map, in fact. Maniac is going to impact the lounge wall as he hears the... Gets shot down by Newers, does not play. It is dire straits, 1v4 for Og. He'll drop the case, but be quickly refrag 2 members in lower garage who are ready to pounce on him, and the first round of overtime goes to Mystic.
I'm not going to joke or laugh because it worked.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to joke or laugh. I mean, it is still very weird, and I feel like maybe, you know, Arial Rise was a little more... Honestly, I'm not sure what Uzi was doing. Died, like, immediately. Maybe if Arial played a better round there, they could have punished it, but that was a very strange decision. Nonetheless, it worked, so who am I? Just a blabbering caster at this point. Because it worked. And Mystic, question the method if you like. They are on match point again. And Og is teasing us with floors again. No, just kidding. It's going to be Twitch. And at this point, Og can play whatever he likes. He can play it off for the gun if he likes. Because he's pretty talented at this video game. He's one of the stars for his team. Matter of fact, he is the star for his team. Uzi's had a round or two, but Og has been Mr. Consistent. And he's going to need to be for this last round as Arial Rise faces not elimination, but they face a dastardly position. This would be their second loss if they fall in this round of the tournament.
Yeah.
And the magic number is, I believe it's 3 or 4 losses, and then you're not in a good spot.
Yeah, 4 losses would be half.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
I'm not quite sure.
3.
But yeah, Og
Sure.
has always been Mr. Consistent. He's one of the most consistent players. He knows. He knows he's one of my favorites.
Does
Has
he?
been for a while. He does. He carried main rank one time. Thanks, Og. But Arial Rise. Like I said, dire straits. They're down 7-6, and they got to defend. They got to attack onto Church. Up against Decade. Sweater still rocking the smoke too, even though he's 12-3. I don't know. You know what?
I mean,
You rock it, Sweater.
he's rocking the Ronies, the smoke. I mean, he's kind of doing. He's Mr. Do It All today.
Jack of all trades. There's no roam. So Arial Rise have a bunch of free control, free real estate, as some would say. But they since they brought the Twitch, they don't have a sledge. No sledge, no buck. They got breaches on Louise, and that's about it. Though the Twitch is doing a very good job of dealing with this utility. That's, what do you get? ADS, Electro Claw, Cam. That's pretty good. I guess that's a worthwhile Twitch drone. So now the position over towards Generator. A little bit more exposed to that utility. Electro Claw, nothing covering the church wall anymore, so if Maniac wants to go for that later in the round, he can. Well done to Og.
Then a lot of mileage again. You know, some people may criticize the Twitch pick. Why would you not go Flores over Twitch? That's why. That's actually an angle, Luis. He's got the launcher out. Caught lacking with the launcher, but he does not lose his life for it. He actually loses a pretty paltry amount of HP considering what he just did. He's lucky to get away with his life. But again, you see just how much slower Arial moves compared to Mystic. Mystic was thermiting walls, dropping into short at a minute. 2 minutes on the clock. See a good, nice minute of difference between these two. And I don't know, it's looking, are they just going to try to push the Ash? What is this? Just smoking the hallway. Interesting. I mean, the impact's still going to fly out. I'm not sure if he actually got that wall open.
No, they did not.
They did not. And you see any more hard breach? I
Nope.
see a Maverick. But that's not ideal when you only have 40 seconds left to torch the wall open, and you're smoking the hallway for coverage anyway. Tones is going to find Rice, and that is the map anyway. So this could either be very good or very bad, Ariel, and I think it is the latter.
Yeah, Gunner's going to get one. Looking for more, especially as Uzi gets taken out. That leaves Maniac and Og. Never mind.
Yeah.
As soon as I say their names, their death bell sounds, and it's over. Mystic, 8-6. It was a close game, but in the end, the Kings of T3, the current Kings of T3, still pull away, and they remain undefeated in our qualifier. They go up 3-0. Arial the Rise suffer their second loss, but being able to take Mystic that close as a pug stack, I wouldn't be surprised if Arial move on not only through day 2, but on to day 3.
I mean, not when teams like Gusick are lurking around. Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure 3 losses is less than ideal.
Oh, they've only got 2.
But then they only get one more chance here.
That's true.
And of course, there's another qualifier after this. If y'all are not aware, we have qualifier this weekend and another one. So we'll have multiple chances for teams. If you are a fan of Arial Rise, you want to see him make it. But for Mystic, good news. Yeah, 3-0, looking strong. This is like I said, it's a rivalry. This is a bunch of little petty rivalries going on here. You've got ex-teammates playing each other. You've got Gunner playing his old org. You've got Maniac playing his old team. And Mystic came out on top in this one. In this affair, I'm sure these teams will play again down the line in this circuit. But yeah, it's been a pleasurable day of games.
It has. None of the games have really disappointed. They've all been very good. So that's a great sign. If the quals are like this, how's the normal season going to be?
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
reminder, this is just a qualifier. This is just a...
This is day 1 of the qualifier, of
Hey,
the
guys.
first qualifier.
Hey guys, let's sign up and play this league. That's what we're watching right now. Remind you all, we're going to be seeing some Challenger League teams matching up with these guys. It's going to be a great
true.
season. This is just a teaser. This is just a free trial, people.
And keep in mind, if you think you can take it to these teams, we're going to have another qualifier next week. Be sure to sign up for that. But, CJ, that's going to do it for Game 3. We are 75% of the way done with the day.
Not the qual, the day. Because like we
The
said,
day.
this is a weekend thing. This is tonight. If you thought the games were epic poggers,
Yeah.
I got
and
a thing coming for you,
after
honey. A few more days
after
of
the
it.
after the day is over, we'll be 33% repeating.
Yes.
Because 1/3 is not an even percentage, unfortunately. But we have someone else to thank, CJ.
Percentages aside, who needs percentages when you can pop Mike and Ike's or chew them? I think they come in like a little chewy form and in a candy form. Mike and Ike, power up your game. Take your candy game to the next level with the package of Mike and Ike again. You can buy that stuff anywhere. Walk into your local grocery store. Walk into the Costco. Get you some Mike and Ike. And maybe you'll shoot like Sweater. Or maybe you'll just shake like a Jamaican, because that stuff, it's powerful. It hits. And as you scrub, we are 75% of the way through today. We have one more game after this, and it's bound to be as epic as the first 3. It's gonna be a 3-0 team probably versus someone else. We'll see.
Yeah, we have no idea who it's going to be because the bracket has not finished yet.
Stay tuned.